I think we need to talk about Maren Altman and her apology to the Black astrologers. Um, there have been some accusations and some truths that she has stolen some of her content from the Black community and Black astrologers, while also at the same time making comments underneath their videos discrediting what they found, discrediting some of their theories and things like that as far as astrology. Basically, rampant superiority when it comes to her ideas and thoughts being greater than the other people, and then turning around and taking those thoughts and turning them into videos herself. I think that when you go and listen to her apology that she just released, I think that it is very diplomatic. I think that her words were very meticulously thought through. And there are a few points that I want to hit on. First of all, she calls herself out and says straight up, what I did was wrong when I made these comments, when I attacked these things, when I fired off about this stuff. That was all wrongdoing. When I took these ideas from these people and then turned around and made a video on it, that was not correct. That was not right. It takes a pretty self-aware person and a pretty emotionally mature human being to say, I did something wrong. And so I give her a lot of credit for that. I'm not here to speak on behalf of the African American astrologers on the internet or on TikTok or wherever to say that on behalf of all of them, I accept your apology. I don't care. All I'm saying, everybody needs to individually accept the apology, except for people the apology doesn't apply to, obviously. If she's not talking about you or addressing you, then you have no need to stand up and be like, I accept your apology, because she's literally not even addressing you. So you can sit back down. But for all the people that she is apologizing to, I think it would definitely behoove you to go through and listen to her apology and actually critically think through the words she's saying, because all of her words, as mature as they are and as politically correct as she comes out with some of her vocabulary, all of that can come back to bite her if she doesn't actually live up to what she says she's going to do. She talks about donating to different Black communities and different indigenous communities, and basically fixing and righting her wrongs through educating herself in diversity, through donating to all these diverse platforms, and throwing intentionality into relearning what it means to be a human being that actually supports that community and actually understands basically who else lives on the planet with her and who those people are. She said that she's willing to unlearn a lot of the problematic things that make her who she is and make her think some of the ideologies that she holds. Only time will tell if she actually goes through with doing that, but I think that that was a very mature response to actually line up, hey, listen, this was wrong of me. I acknowledge that it's wrong. Now, here are some things that I didn't do that people took out of context. I'm not going to apologize for those because I didn't do it. Okay? Then she goes back and says, I am going to work to educate myself and to work on being more inclusive and to basically be less insensitive to those communities of people that she hurts and dismisses. We'll see. I would say that people should definitely keep an eye out, be watchful, see if she actually follows through on what she promises, because we have politicians every single year that make speeches that sound exactly like this, and as fancy and as beautiful and poetic as the words seem, none of these politicians ever end up doing what they promise, do they? So I don't know why we can take an apology from a YouTuber, let them make a video, and then say, okay, everything's fine now. We can all go back to normal. We need to hold everybody accountable, including our politicians, but this is not a political video. We need to hold YouTubers and literally normal people in our everyday lives accountable when they make apologies. Let's make sure that we can help them stick to doing what's right and actually making the changes that they said they're going to make, because we have the power to do that. We have the power to deplatform people who we don't agree with, who are not making the effort to change. However, I will say that making a mob to come for people who say something problematic or hold worldviews or ideologies that are different than ours, that may even be legitimately like endangering us and completely opposed to us. If those people come forward and say, hey, listen, I'm willing to change, I'm willing to work on that, I want to be different, I want to be better, then we are doing them a great injustice, and we're doing humanity and progress a great injustice to dismiss those people and not allow them the chance to redeem themselves. So I would just encourage people out there who are going to be quick to dismiss Altman and be like, we don't need to hear anything she has to say. Hear what she has to say, listen to her apology, and then hold her accountable for it. Because if she falls through on the things that she's promising that she's going to work on, that's when you have every right to throw out the whole torches and go after this girl and be like, listen, you fell through, not once, but twice, on being a good, upstanding human being. So then you can drag her. But I think that if she came forward with this apology saying, hey, listen, I do carry some pretty problematic beliefs, I'm willing to work on those, let's give her a chance to show us what she has and to show us that she can be a good human being before going all out and attacking her. It's just my 2 cents. I just think it's the respectful and mature thing to do, because I think that she came to the world and came to her platform with some expectations to give us that she now needs to meet. I can't say whether or not her apology was sincere or not. It sounded as diplomatic as any apology I've ever heard from anybody else. Only time tells, only actions can tell you whether apologies are genuine. That is the only thing that can tell you if the words mean anything. They will be followed up with actions. So we'll see. But I think that everybody should kind of sit back and allow her to make up for this before canceling her, before throwing her out, before completely dismissing her. People mess things up. Not a single human being on this planet was born perfect, was born completely altruistic. There are problematic things that you think in your brain all the time. Do you say them out loud? Probably not. Do you go on Twitter and tweet them at other people? Probably not. But do you hold beliefs internally that you could say, okay, I've hated that individual or I've hated that group of people? Honestly, you're probably in denial if you have never said or done or behaved in a way that has personally offended, attacked, or completely written off a human being in a way that would hurt their feelings or make them feel completely devalued or unhuman. Because in our worst of times, we have done that. Some people carry that as an entire personality trait, and they do it all the time. Others, we do it when we're upset, or we do it when we feel like we're being attacked, or what have you. All I'm saying is that I don't like living in this world where people ask for second chances and they're completely written off without getting the opportunity to act on those second chances. So I just think that people should kind of lay off of her a bit and give her an opportunity to redeem herself. And if she doesn't take that chance and she doesn't change, or we keep seeing the same behaviors, yeah, by all means, the girl deserves everything coming to her.